Dues as an assistant and ready to take over the helm of the Spartan program.
So we're ready to tip off this second all-time meeting. First since 2002. It's been a minute. That was back in the NCAA tournament. And tonight, Duke gets the basketball first on their home court. Taina Mair runs the point. An insane assist-to-turnover ratio to start the year. The senior point guard goes down low. And Fournier's blocked early. Good second chance for the Blue Devils.
And I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. Toby Fournier on the block, trying to be dominating in the paint. Duke's got a lot of size compared to Norfolk State.
Jaden Donovan scored the opening bucket for Duke. And the ball in the hands of Jaisha Clinton and Debria Clark. These two combined for 40 points a night. There's Clinton rejected. And it actually goes off of Norfolk State. Those hands of Fournier so active.
I mean, just an elite defender, a first block for Toby. But you see how quick Clinton is as she turns the corner. Toby right there to swat that shot.
Tremendous strides on that end of the floor from a year ago. The sophomore Fournier. Here's Duke's starting five. Jordan Wood stepped up in her first career start, was knocking down threes at a great clip on Sunday. And there's a foul underneath on the Spartans.
Trying to block that cut a little too physical there. Duke's going to get the ball back. It'll be interesting to see how the Spartans choose to defend the post players of Duke. Will they double team? Will they play one-on-one? We'll see what happens and if they can stop Duke from taking high percentage shots.
Good movement for Ashlyn Jackson off on the three. Ashlyn held scoreless until the fourth quarter on Sunday, but then popped 15 in a burst.
We were like, where are you, Ashlyn? And she woke up and she drilled 15 points.
They call her Miss Jackson, and she's for real with that performance. Now Debria Clark, fresh off a 25-point game, lets it fly. Just off, defensive board for Donovan. And Jaden fouled in the front court. If you're Norfolk State, you got to be careful ticky-tack fouls in that spot.
Yeah, they want to pressure, but they got to play with a little bit of defensive discipline. They do not need to get in foul trouble early, and fouls like that are just unnecessary, too far away from the basket.
Against Ole Miss in the opener, just a 2-point game after the first quarter. Then the depth of the running Rebels pulled away.
Ole Miss has a good squad this year, ranked number 12 in the preseason. A tough matchup for Norfolk State, but coach talks about the process and getting better. And here's another pass to get Toby on the block. Well defended, almost a triple team down low, and a turnover for Duke.
Clark with the steal. Back inside, first paint touch for Lear Nix. Worley drives. Now Clinton for three. That's off. Wood the rebound.
Jordan Wood, the sophomore, with a great game the other night at Holy Cross, getting her first start.
And there's the passing of Taina Mair. She continues to dish the ball well, Debbie.
She's just amazing, amazing. How she sees the floor. She just gives the team whatever they need.
Leads the ACC in assist-to-turnover ratio. Such great vision in her senior year. Here comes Anjanae Richardson. Anjanae inside. That's no good. Jordan Wood, a second rebound. Had a double-double on Sunday. Mair pushing tempo. Jackson earns a foul on Clark. That's her first.
See the pass right here, and Taina Mair attacking the basket. The beautiful bounce pass to a wide-open Toby Fournier for the easy basket. Taina Mair just has incredible vision. Just leads this Duke team so very well.
Now Mair lets it fly. Off on the triple. Richardson, the lone returning starter from last year's 29-win Norfolk State team. Diamond Johnson was the star of that unit. The NC State transfer led the MEAC in scoring.
As we said, Norfolk State's lost a lot, and we see how they can recover with their 6 transfers. A lot of seasoned players, a couple graduate students, a couple seniors. They're still putting the pieces together with this new lineup.
Now Donovan. Fournier goes inside. Nice spin move. Window strong. And a foul on Duke reaching over.
Fournier's got great footwork, and she's just continued to improve it in the offseason. Here we see Delaney Thomas Jr. coming on in for Toby. Delaney had a double-double the other night against Holy Cross. 4 players in double figures in that game. And
when Fournier was on the court last year, so dynamic among freshmen in the ACC. Taking even bigger steps this year. Kara Lawson said sometimes you look at the box score and say, wow, even the numbers impressed me with what she was able to do Sunday.
27 points on Sunday, and she made it look effortless.
On this end, Duke's defense very active in the first 3 minutes. Now Richardson gets inside. That's a tough move. Donovan scoops it. Jaden's got tremendous vision. Wood inside. And a foul. Free throw line for the Blue Devils.
That's where the Blue Devils can be so dangerous, is in transition, and all the post players run the floor so incredibly well. And there you see the junior Jordan Wood getting out in transition, and this is just a heads-up pass by Jaden Donovan, something she does so incredibly well. It's the lead pass to the basket, and Jordan Wood will go to the free throw line.
As a freshman, Wood scored a career high in points against Jermaine Woods at Coppin State. 2 years later, Jordan has exploded. See those numbers from her first career start.
18 points, 9 rebounds on Sunday against Holy Cross. Knocking down a couple threes. They left her open and they gambled and they said, go ahead and shoot it. And she knocked down a couple.
And we've seen it, Debbie, in these first 4 minutes. The Duke defense in that second quarter Sunday, it's translated to the start of this game.
Now they held Holy Cross to 4 points in the second quarter. And when they crank the defense up and they put good pressure on the ball, they can switch 1 through 5. They're so versatile, but they can just totally control the offense. And Norfolk State thus far has not gotten a good look at the basket. And you watch Jaden Donovan here with this incredible ball pressure with those long arms.
It's suffocating here against the Spartans. Richardson picks up her dribble. Clark goes baseline. Clark uses the window. Too strong.
Duke's length is just so hard to play against in every position. They're just so incredibly long.
Riley Nelson subs into the game, turns it over.
And bounce pass might have been better there. Riley Nelson, number 4, redshirt sophomore, transfer from Maryland. Out injured last season and hit the court for her first game in Cameron on Sunday. The fans were excited to see her play. She's a great shooter and a really great defender.
Timeout, Norfolk State. Taina Mair extends an 8-0 run. We'll take this break as well. Duke off to a hot start in their home building. We'll be right back after this timeout. Duke at home, and not just great defense. How about athleticism on the court? Got some young girls out there showing off their blindfolded techniques all over the place, Debbie.
I don't think I was ever able to do that. And then she went into the splits.
Well, we talk about bend but don't break defense. Duke suffocating in these first 5 minutes, following a trend here for Coach Kara Lawson.
No, Coach Kara Lawson just keeps building this program. In her 6th season here in Durham and 3 20-win seasons under her belt, and the program just gets better and better every year. The community's rallied behind it, and this has been an exciting season for Duke women's basketball.
There's an opening 3 for Clark. That's way off. His Duke defense giving up very few good shots.
See how Duke's able to spread the floor. So many good 3-point shooters.
A young lineup with Wood up top. Goes into Nelson, the redshirt sophomore.
Good post defense by the Spartans, not giving Delaney Thomas a look on a block, and a turnover, a rare turnover by Taina Mair.
Only her 2nd of the season. Richardson in transition. Now, if you're Norfolk State, how do you find a good shot in this first quarter?
It's tough against this Duke defense. Taina Mair's assist-to-turnover ratio was 11-1 coming into this game.
That was the best in the country.
Amazing.
Entering tonight. Mair back with it. Half shot, half pass, and it scoots back to Duke.
Rebounding is going to be key tonight. Not giving Duke the second shot opportunities. Norfolk State not as big. Got to put a body on, push back. Taina Mair in a little traffic.
Nice effort from the Spartans. And a jump ball. Possession goes the other way. That's Carmen Quiddy on the floor. And how about this, Duke getting a fresh face. Arian Roberson gets her first career minutes. Missed all of last year with an injury. And there's her parents, Lisa and John, checking things out. The cell phone videos are the best.
They waited a long time to see their girl out there on the court. She's from San Antonio, Texas. She is a game-changing player. Injured last season. She was number 17 in ESPN's 2024 class. Duke is looking for her to give them size, athleticism, rebounding. So great to see Arian out there.
Was playing for the 3-on-3 national team at the U18 level. Had an injury in the summer, but good to see her back in her Duke debut. A little more depth for this Blue Devil front court. A couple more players set to check in here in a moment as well that are fresh for the Blue Devils. Here's Clark.
just see the difficult, the contested shots or the long-range threes just way out of range.
Oh, and it hits our assistant referee out of bounds.
Another turnover for Duke.
That hit Kayla Maxey, and one more newcomer for Duke getting first minutes. Emily Skinner, the preseason All-ACC standout. She's back and healthy.
She is a big-time recruit in the class of 2025, #4 ranked by ESPN, McDonald's All-American. There are her parents so excited.
You know, Eric and Dan are less of a cell phone family. They're more of a picture moment.
They're looking at it right now.
Snapping the visuals.
She is from Providence, Utah. I mean, just USA basketball experience, over 2,300 points in high school. A big-time recruit is Norfolk State with the drive to the basket and gets on the board. That's
Jasia Clinton, MEAC Player of the Week last week. A hard-earned first bucket now inside. Good strip by the Spartans. Defensive effort, and then getting it back is Roberson. Here's a three. Just off. How about this tussle for the boards? Thomas inside is fouled. And right now, Duke is winning the battle on the glass, Debbie.
Delaney Thomas is she's quickly adds to the stat sheet. She's such a great rebounder. She gets in there and she keeps that ball alive by tipping it to secure the extra possession for Duke.
One more sub for the Spartans. Sarah Bailey, the junior forward out of Bristol, Pennsylvania, comes in.
And while the Spartans haven't been scoring, they've been playing good defense, forcing Duke into a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers, making some shots difficult.
Duke in the bonus here in the final 3 minutes. So Roberson to the free throw line, the McDonald's All-American from a year ago.
We'll see if she makes her first free throw in Cameron.
She's ready for the moment.
And look like she's been doing it for years.
She said, honey, did you record that?
He's got it. You can see a little bit about Ariana and what a big-time recruit she was, and her international basketball experience, and not having her last year certainly was a blow to the Blue Devils, but now she's back, giving much-needed depth in the front court.
And Debbie, with her 6'8" wingspan, how does that help Duke's defense?
I mean, it makes Duke even longer. We were talking about how long they are already, and look how she gets up there on that high screen. She's just mobile and athletic.
That was a big strength of last year's Elite 18 for Duke. Top 10 defense in the country. There's active hands for one of their veterans, Ashlyn Jackson.
That was great help side defense by Ashlyn Jackson. Skinner with her first shot. Oh, you just wanted that one to go down.
The momentum was rolling in this building.
But clearly no fear in transition to pull the trigger.
How about no fear from Spencer's three? Jasmine Spencer, the grad transfer, hits it.
Grad transfer from North Florida. She's preseason MEAC third team. She can knock it down. Got a matchup in transition.
That's a huge bucket for Norfolk State. Hard to score in this first quarter.
You see the great ball pressure right there.
Another steal. Ooh, late foul. Todd Creech with the call.
Here comes the Spartans in transition, looking for the open shooter and wide open for the long-range shot. They needed that one to cut the lead to 10-5. Great look by Spencer.
This is Spencer's 4th school in 5 years, and free throws for Jackson. Her maturity to overcome a tough start Sunday. Did not score in the opening quarters on the Ann Myers Drysdale Award watch list. One of the better forwards in the country. And her ability to manage those moments, right? You're not playing well early in the game, but finding other ways to contribute.
Yeah, you know, it's not always about scoring, right? There were other players that were putting up big points, and Ashlyn's just another great two-way player. She plays great defense. She's a great voice out there for the team, and she just did what the team needed. When the opportunity came, she knocked it down and took full advantage.
She's one of 4 to score for Duke in this first quarter. Spencer on the give and go. Now Worley's three, an air ball.
It wasn't the prettiest shot I've ever seen.
Well, even the mental pressure of what this Duke defense provides, I imagine, speeds up shooters.
They just get you out of your offensive rhythm, and you look for the best possible shot you can take sometimes before the shot clock winds down. You see Skinner here taking over point guard duties, one of the best point guards in her recruiting class. She's looked to make a big impact for Duke and clearly has no fear. She can score, she can pass. Exciting to see both she and Arian out on the floor for Duke.
Good defensive rebound for the Spartans, then a bad pass here. Then no one's looking, and Skinner takes it. The freshman in transition. dishes to her new teammate. Count that for the freshman duo.
There they are, freshmen to freshmen. Beautiful look, nice lay-in. Mama's happy.
And the first career bucket's on video from Dad.
There we go.
Or he can watch the archives on the ESPN app later tonight. How about this vision?
It's a great steal right there by Skinner. Great left-handed look. And you can see parents are loving it. Great to be here all the way from Utah, cheering on the Blue Devils.
And with Duke traveling over 14,000 miles this month, it's a rare chance to see the Blue Devils at home.
Well, and now that, you know, that we play, the ACC plays out in California, it'll be a quicker trip for Emily Skinner's family to come see her play.
Look at that, 14,500 miles, including West Virginia this week, upcoming.
And go to Paris, it's a long way to go, and it's a great way to start the season, but they will be road warriors coming this week.
Final home game of the month. Clark gets it back, heaves a prayer, that's off. Battle for the boards stays with Norfolk State. The insertion of these two freshmen for Duke adds even more depth to a talented team.
This is a great opportunity tonight for them to get, you know, kind of get their little bit of game experience. Start to gel with the group in a real game. Right now, Duke leading the rebounding effort 14-6.
On this end, Bailey gets inside. Immediately stonewalled.
Everything's so difficult for the Spartans. Skinner getting a hand on that.
And Kara Lawson wants a second opinion. That was right in front of the Duke bench.
I think she might be right about that. It looked like it went off Rogers' foot.
Officials conferring here with Todd Creech.
Yep.
And it is Duke basketball.
Good job, Coach Lawson.
Third steal for the Blue Devils, who were a top 10 defense a year ago. You're seeing it in these first 9 minutes. Nothing easy for the Spartans.
Little horn set here, which typically goes into a high low. Another screen. Skinner to the bucket.
Skinner goes off. Look at that slip to Roberson. Nice pass from the freshman.
And you're going to get a real treat when you see what a great passer Emily Skinner is. Just tremendous vision.
Skinner, a four-time state champ out in Providence, Utah, an elite recruit. You already see the vision from the freshman.
Two-time Utah Gatorade Player of the Year in 24 and 25. She is the real deal.
And forces a turnover here from the Spartans. Some of the buzz that Toby Fournier had last year is very similar expectations with Skinner in terms of her potential running the point.
Well, these are the type of recruits that Coach Lawson's able to bring into the program now. It's just the program has been so elevated. The ACC championship, the Elite Eight. Skinner with the floater, can't knock it down, but she pulls her own rebound.
Stat stuff into Jackson, who misses the three. We're early on the board. And today is National Signing Day, so even more talent coming to Durham next fall.
State's going to take the last shot, obviously, here of the quarter. Under 10 right now, letting the clock wind down. See if they can get a good look off.
Spencer 1v1. Here's the three. Richardson misses. And another example of the depth of the Duke Blue Devils. Two new freshmen get first minutes. When we come back, we'll talk about
the tournament championship. Pretty amazing what Larry Vickers was able to do at Norfolk State.
Searching for the four-peat, which hasn't been done in 10 years since Hampton accomplished that under legendary coach David Six. Emily Skinner goes inside and a steal. Spartans with some numbers. Nice kick out, another three. Richardson misses, but you like the ball movement there, the Spartans.
They like to get out in transition. It's just not falling from them right now. 1 for 9 from behind the arc.
Ashlyn Jackson misses the bunny. Little tip drill. Look at Skinner fighting for the boards. Great effort on the backside.
We're getting an early season look at the impact that these freshmen are going to have on the team. And Emily Skinner, not only is she a great passer and a good shooter, but here she is with the extra effort on the glass, tipping it in and drawing the foul.
Kara Lawson loves the effort, the hustle of Skinner. She said, hey, when she's in the game, you're going to see next level determination. And we're seeing it through 10 minutes. Just a taste of the McDonald's All-American.
You see switching continues on the perimeter. Duke just has the ability to switch 1 through 5. Great communication. You see how far out the offense has to start for Norfolk State.
This is 30 feet away with a clock to 5. Quiddy's got to go. 2 seconds. Finds Worley. Deep 3. And once again, Duke's defense, these 11 minutes of the game, so impressive.
And Duke loves a shot clock violation. They had a lot of them last season. You see Coach Lawson over there applauding her team for that great defensive effort.
Duke in the stretch of 5 ranked opponents in their first 7 games. This level of energy can translate whoever you're playing, especially early in the year.
This is why this is a great opportunity for these freshmen who haven't played to get out here and get some good minutes. And you see Team Air going to sit for a little bit while Wheeler just gets a chance to get some good minutes on the court in Cameron.
Here's Jordan Wood wide open. And then a tip drill that goes out of bounds. Wood was fantastic in the first quarter Sunday. Hit 4 threes, 18 points total.
Duke had 12 threes in that game. They were 12 for 23 from behind the arc. 4 for Wood, 3 for Fournier.
The balance continues today. 7 different players have scored for Kara Lawson's unit. Skinner weaves, and another steal. Norfolk State pretty active on that end defensively.
Norfolk State doing a good job closing up the middle. Skinner trying to thread the needle, but that was not going to happen. These Norfolk State players are quick. They're aggressive. They know how to win.
Jermaine Wood's DNA, defense, defense, defense. Clinton passes up a 3. Bailey with a nice pick. Clock to 4. Running out of time. Richardson, that's no good. But it will stay here. Worley with some effort to battle on the rebound.
I just continue to see how difficult it is to even get a shot off. And then when they do get a shot off, it's not even a good shot because there's so much pressure.
No points yet in the quarter for Norfolk State. A little 1v1 for Lear Nix. Clinton crosses. Nice dish down low. That's how you beat the defense.
Beautiful high-low pass. Great job by the Spartans right there.
Duke counters inside with Fournier. Mair swings it. Everyone touching the rock on this possession. Richardson. Pardon me, Ashlyn Jackson gets inside for the bucket. With Reagan Richardson in attendance tonight, coming back from Spain.
Reagan Richardson playing basketball, pro basketball right there. We're in the Canary Islands. She got to visit the pregame radio show. It was great to see her back at Duke. Doing really well, just really enjoying her playing overseas.
A reach in on Donovan. Yeah, Richardson, such a big piece of last year's ACC championship team. She saw the team last night for dinner and is heading around Cameron today. There's Reagan, enjoying the action.
Good to have you back, Reagan. See, she has a week off, so what'd she do? She came back to Durham to visit with the sisterhood.
Debria Clark on this end. Finds Jaysha Clinton, the 2 20-point-per-game scorers, back and forth. And there's the range of Norfolk State.
There's Clark, the long-range 3.
Immediate timeout for Kara Lawson. We'll take the timeout. Spartans' 3-point game, bringing Norfolk State to life here in the second. So, enjoying these intersectional rivalries with connection to Coach K. So far, this Duke defense stifling Norfolk State through 13 minutes, but the Spartans get a steal back.
Jaden Donovan just stared that pass down to Toby Fournier, who is obviously key to the defense. Another turnover for Duke.
Nice save underneath, but it goes out of bounds. Anjanae Richardson, returning senior starter. And Duke will re-enter. Thomas here along with Riley Nelson.
8 turnovers for the Blue Devils already, and we're not even halfway into the second quarter, and that'll be something. The early things, the early learning to start the season that the coaches will show on film. And right now the Spartans do a good job getting deflections, getting in passing lanes, and making it hard for Toby Fournier to catch on the block.
See the activity of Richardson here guarding Jackson. No easy looks. Another block, but a late foul comes in. Even the Spartans say, who's that foul on? Lear Nix was confused.
Riley Nelson, another just wonderful new piece to the Blue Devil lineup. She stepped on the court in Cameron on Sunday. It was the first game she had played in 659 days after tearing her ACL her freshman year at Maryland.
With Nelson coming back, and we saw Roberson and Skinner earlier tonight. Great key cogs for a top 15 program. And Debbie, you've coached at all different levels. When you're integrating these players back, what do you want to see out of them night one?
I think for Coach Lawson, what she always wants to see is the controllables, effort. It's all about effort, defensive effort, rebounding effort. And she wants to see how well they connect with the team. And these freshmen have seamlessly fit in. Riley Nelson, though, boy, she's just a great two-way player, an amazing defender.
Norfolk State playing through foul trouble. 4 starters with 2+ fouls. So here's the bench with Richardson. Anjane goes inside. Nice finger roll.
It's a nice take. So hard to score against this switching defense. And Anjane able to turn the corner on Riley Nelson for the layup.
Richardson, first team All-MEAC, and you see her vision, her driving ability. That's going to translate so well in conference play.
Yeah, she was MEAC 6th player of the year. This year she's preseason All-MEAC first team. And coach says she's the voice on the team. She's captain. She's really matured this season. He's got high expectations for her.
Just a 10-point game here in Durham. Fournier goes inside. Nice spin move. Extends the Duke lead.
There's Toby doing the work on inside. Great pass by Riley Nelson.
Duke guarding every square inch of Cameron Indoor. No space for Debria Clark.
So hard to see. The pressure defense takes away vision, and there's Toby protecting the rim, and Taina Mair's off and running.
Mair in transition. That's too easy for the senior guard. And it leads to a timeout for Norfolk State. Teaching moment for Jermaine Wood's unit. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout with Duke extending its lead to 14 here in Durham. Here's Jermaine Woods, the Norfolk State alum in year one. His program's down 14. He noted the learning opportunities of playing Ole Miss, playing Iowa State over the weekend, and now Duke. This is a big moment for Norfolk, hanging around in this first half.
And he says he's not coaching the score, he's coaching the game. And right now it's just about putting the pieces together in the process. They're going to head to Iowa State after this. It doesn't get any easier for them, but I'm impressed with their defensive tenacity. And there's a little bit of double team right there, and Duke comes up with the steal.
Mair so active on that end, pushes. A lot of pivot of that foot, but it stays here. I will say the Spartans, they swarm the ball well. They create mismatches. Good defensive sound effort.
They're doing a nice job getting back in defensive transition. Coach Wood's telling us he really needed to control the tempo of this game. Slow down. He's like, we're not going to run with them. We like to run, but we're not running with Duke. And he knows his team, and they've really done a decent job keeping the tempo of this game where they want it.
Jackson gets it back. Contested pass. Look at this triple team in Fournier. So 9 Duke turnovers. What has Norfolk State done to force some of these mistakes?
They're just swarming the paint. They're not going to let Toby have an easy basket. And look at all the players right now around Toby Fournier. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's got the ball down. She's brought the ball down, and they just go after it. And they're doing a really nice job defending Toby.
Spencer fires off on her second 3. There's the effort he talked about. Jackson saving the ball, allowing Duke to run in transition. Jackson, difficult pass. Mair baseline. And Taina Mair, who's been an assist queen, finding her offense tonight.
We know she can score, though, and she scores when her team needs her to score. She never forces it. She doesn't need to score, but we know she can do it.
The sneaky stat line Sunday, 7 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, doing everything right.
She can fill a stat sheet up very quietly. And there's a read. She's a great rebounder, too. Great rebounding guard.
Mair, good vision. Fournier just keeps running, and Duke is living in transition.
There it is, Taina Mair. What a nice job. She keeps her head up. She passes ahead, and Toby Fournier with the reward for running rim to rim.
Norfolk State, couple of air balls in the last 2 minutes, so they go inside, and a foul. Mair with the reach.
You just see why Taina Mair, she's so good in transition because she keeps her head up. She takes 3 dribbles and she just lets it fly, and it's perfect placement. Leads Toby to the basket for the easy lay-in.
That Duke duo all over the box score tonight. And now free throws for Norfolk State. Their first free throw attempts of the evening. Sarah Bailey's all over it. The Harcum College transfer moving up from the D2 level.
Didn't play last season. Trying to figure out, Coach Woods telling, trying to figure out their post game, and she's a big part of it.
She'll sub out, gets a high five from Coach Woods, and in comes Sari Worley, another Coppin State product, joining Coach Woods this offseason.
Coach brought a couple players with him from Coppin State, and that's great because they know him and they know the system, so they can tell the other players what to expect.
Taina Mair kicks it. Jordan Wood gets to a better spot. And that one rolls out. Effort on the boards will stay here. Yeah, Coppin State lost in the MEAC final to Norfolk State. Larry Vickers gets the Auburn job, and Jermaine Woods, the Norfolk alum, loving how his team's developing here in year one.
He's trying to keep the Virginia kids home, and he's got a large number of Virginia kids on his team. There's so much talent in that Virginia Beach, Norfolk area.
As Taina Mair hits the three, think of Isaiah James out of the ACC last year. And Princess Anne High School product, such a good area for hoops.
Princess Anne High School, Coach Darnell Dozier, he's just a legend in Virginia high school basketball. They've won 11 of the last 12 state championships. Just an incredible amount of talent down there.
Norfolk State has 6 players in the 7-5-7. They love staying close to home. And you know, Debbie, at any program, if you can own your area, you have a chance to be important.
And here's Taina Mair stepping out, knocking down a three. She's feeling it tonight. I love when she looks for her shot. The most dangerous player on an inbounds, under the basket inbounds, is the inbound play, is the inbounder.
Richardson's been good on these one-on-one spots. Spins, affected by Roberson, the freshman.
Just spins into Nelson, who's listed as 6'2". That might be a little bit of a stretch, but she's got some length on her.
It's a sloppy turnover for the Blue Devils, who, despite the good defense, on that end, Debbie, it's some just costly mistakes in this first half.
Yeah, Duke is just not characteristic of the team. They usually do a good job taking care of the ball, but credit Norfolk State's the quick hands, the pressure, forcing Duke into some early turnovers. 10 total turnovers right now.
Here comes a pick from Carmen Quiddy. Clinton swings it. Richardson fires. And here are the Spartans yet to score in the last 4 minutes.
They're struggling from behind the arc. 2 for 14, 14%.
Can Duke manage the basketball on this end? Thomas down low. Finds Roberson.
What a
that
beautiful
effort.
shot.
Kick back to the freshman, no good. And now it's Duke slow on the offensive end. Final 2 minutes in this first half. Clark goes coast to coast, no good. Skinner zips one. Who touched it? Stays here.
A good look. Roberson just unable to hang on to that one, but Duke will retain possession. Blue Devils trying to run. Norfolk State breaking it up again. They're doing a great job getting back in transition defense.
Yeah, to force all these Duke turnovers with the undersized posts. Hanging in there, down just 19 here in the second. And almost a turnover here. It does go out of bounds. And the Spartans have it. Clinton swings. Here's Clark. Debria is blocked. Wow, the recovery of Jordan Wood. And Skinner gets it back.
Jordan Wood had 6 blocks in that opening game in Paris against Baylor. Another player with such length, and a great shot from the corner by Riley Nelson. We know she can knock it down.
Clinton again gets it off. And this Duke defense, they're swatting shots like bugs in the summer in the South. There's nothing coming easy.
Skinner settling in, calling a play. Great ball pressure by Norfolk State. Another Duke turnover.
Worley steps in front. Skinner picks her pocket. And look at Skinner cherry picking. Sets up Roberson in the block. Ooh, late foul. I do love the effort there from Norfolk State to get back for Jasia Clinton.
Another freshman to freshman connection, and Roberson will go to the free throw line. All right, you see right now, it's still early in the season, and we've got players that haven't played yet, and they're just going to let them play through it, play through the mistakes, continue to learn, see how what lineups work well together. With the addition of Emily Skinner and Arian and Roberson, Duke's got some more versatility. They've got some more options, and the depth is really critical to getting through a long season.
Yeah, they've shown 10 tonight. 9 have scored. Roberson gets on the board with the free throw.
She's 6'4". She can shoot it from the perimeter. She can play with her back to the basket. And see what a beautiful shooting stroke she has. You gotta love a post player that can make free throws at a high clip.
And in this ACC conference, I mean, then came Timpson a year ago, elite defensively with her length. That 6'8" wingspan is going to be so important come ACC play. Final minute of this first half in Durham. Richardson blows by Jackson, hangs on and hits that one. Good shot.
Good patience there. Richardson at only 5'8", shoots it over some taller players and knocks it down. Norfolk State with 16 points.
Cross court look to Wood. Second top 25 game of the year for the Spartans. Clock to 7. Richardson in her bag. Into 3. That's no good. Offensive board. Swatted. Loose ball Skinner. Time ticking. Here's a heave. Oh, just short. Emily Skinner dazzling in her debut. And a 22-point lead for Duke at the break. Taina Mair, maybe the quietest 9 points you're going to see. He's such a prolific scorer, passer, does everything to run this offense. Now out of the halftime break, Sarah Bailey goes inside. Richardson on an island. It's a nice drive, but a missed layup. Nix on the rebound, fades away. A third chance, Mair comes out with it. Taina Mair just going coast to coast with ease for a layup.
Taina Mair, first Blue Devil in double digits. She is truly a Swiss Army knife. She gives you what you need. Some nights you need assists, you need her to pass, sometimes you need her to rebound, and sometimes you need her to score. And you maybe don't need her to score tonight, but she's getting the shots and just showing what a good offensive player she is.
On that last possession, Norfolk State had 3 really good looks. You can just tell the mental toll of playing this Duke defense. Even easy shots aren't easy tonight, because of Fournier swatting balls like that.
And you face up and you create a little space with your reverse pivot, but Toby Fournier's arms are so long that she easily blocks that shot. How about the crossover from the three-point line? I mean, let's keep in mind, Toby's 6'2". She crosses over, she attacks the basket, and she gets herself to the free throw line. And we talked about her versatility in the open, and it is on full display today.
That is a true point forward. So tough on both ends. And now Toby gets free throws. Cameron was dead quiet on that free throw.
How about Norfolk State? Only 7 turnovers in the first half. For as difficult it's been for them to shoot the ball, they've done a good job taking care of the ball under extreme pressure.
You see why Norfolk's won 3 straight MEAC titles. There's a championship pedigree up in the 7-5-7. Richardson runs the break to Clinton.
Great ball movement right there, but the Blue Devils hustle back and match back up, take away the 3 in the corner.
That duo scores 45 a night. Today they've been held in single digits. Hicks goes in to Bailey. Fournier holding firm. Nice shot fake, Bailey, and that's how you do it in the post, Debbie.
A little shot fake and an up and under got Fournier up in the air. Drawing the foul. Very nice footwork on the block there. Norfolk State's only taken and made 2 free throws so far tonight, so I'm sure the message for Coach Woods in the locker room was be more aggressive, attack more. Nice job getting the ball inside and getting to the free throw line.
So here's Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, we got a lot cooking. The ACC Huddle crew, they'll be at Pitt to get you ready for a full day of football. A little 2-hour pregame special right here on ACC Network and the new ESPN app. And the ACC in football is about as wide open as any conference in the country. 5 teams all within a game of first place. Duke's climbing back in the rankings. They've done well in the conference. And Donovan gets blocked there.
Jaden Donovan's been kind of quiet on the offensive end, but Coach Lawson will tell you that she thinks Jaden Donovan is the best defender in the country.
Here she's affecting that shot. A tip for Donovan. Fournier to the floor, but she did travel coming down.
Like the effort, though. And Donovan, another set of long arms that can really alter shots, as she just did. You see down there with Fournier, Donovan, 6'2", 6'1".
Well, championship teams are built on this end, and Duke has 9 blocks tonight. South Carolina led the country in blocks a year ago, and we saw what UConn did in the tournament. When Gino's team was active defensively, they shut down the Gamecocks in the final. That's how you win games, with that kind of defense. It affects another shot here. Bailey on the board. Bad luck there for Norfolk State.
Great extra effort by Bailey there, and just can't get it to fall. So many shots like that have just rimmed around and came out for the Spartans tonight. Nice post defense. Ashlyn Jackson trying to bounce one in. Norfolk State getting around and setting up this transition play, and they're going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Norfolk State's matched that energy defensively. They'll earn free throws here.
Well, Coach Wood's telling us he's been in Cameron several times. He was an assistant at Tech and Wake, but his players have never been here, and it's always a pleasure to play here, and just a great crowd and a great atmosphere. And it's just such a historic building, something they'll take with them.
He noted his Norfolk State team took a tour of Cameron during shoot-around last night. The full tour, saw every square inch. Jermaine, whose best friend growing up, Dexter Reed, was a Carolina basketball player, so he went to a lot of those games back in the early 2000s. And now Jermaine has taken over a job for his alma mater. Playing very well against the top 15 Duke program. Score may not say it, but the effort, the energy, hanging tight in this third. Taina Mair pushing tempo to Skinner from one guard to another. Look at the passing here for Duke, and Nelson makes the count.
That's a great job in transition. Skinner attacking the baseline. Baseline flattened on the weak side for the 3, knocks it down.
More defense from the Blue Devils. Now they can run. Skinner's debut for Duke. Back to Nelson. Feeding the hot hand. Corner bucket. That'll fire up Coach Lawson in a timeout, Norfolk State.
Great job by Skinner to find her teammate in transition, feed the hot hand, back-to-back threes for the Blue Devils. It's Taina Mair to Skinner with the baseline drive to Riley Nelson in the corner. She's got 2 in a row. Blue Devils taking a big lead.
Welcome back to Durham. Big lead for the Blue Devils and some fresh faces coming in. Riley Nelson, her new Duke best, 10 points. Very efficient shooting the 3 in this third quarter.
Redshirt sophomore just showing her scoring prowess, and Emily Skinner with back-to-back assists on those 2 threes, showing her ability to pass the basketball.
All these new faces complimenting Arian Roberson, who's also come in for Duke. And this line-changing ability of Kara Lawson to go 4-5 deep, it adds to an even impressive Duke team.
In Paris, Duke played 7 players. And tonight now you see, in addition to 2 more, and the ability to have that depth and be able to go 9 deep. Let your legs stay a lot more fresh, let you make changes when players aren't giving you what you want.
There's a double-digit block for Duke, and there's a foul on this end. Norfolk State with the charge. Sense the look there from Anjanae Richardson. How do I get a clean look in this game? There's no easy buckets.
Norfolk State shooting 14%. They're 6 for 42 from the floor. Little cross stream here, post to post, well defended. Little high-low action into Roberson.
And using the 6-8 frame to muscle one in.
That's great execution there. Nice play by Coach Lawson. A little post to post, cross lane screen.
Put it up where only her tallest player can get it.
Gets into the high-low, and Roberson finishes up. Powers it up, draws the foul. Look at Ashlyn Jackson all excited.
And look at that physio gun for Toby, keeping her legs and hips all fresh. I need one of those up here. Get a little cramp in the crow's nest of Cameron.
Arian 6 for 6 from the free throw line, her 12th point of the game. Say Norfolk State, they're moving the ball. They just can't get an open look right there. Look at it, and the great help side by Mair comes over on that lob pass and breaks that play up.
And Debbie, for a team to be up 30 and playing with this activity level defensively, what does that say about Duke?
That's the expectation from Coach Lawson. It's never about the score. The expectation is you go 100% on every single possession. That's Duke defense.
That's why Duke's been a top 10 scoring team last 2 years defensively. Now Skinner back in there to run the point. Skinner fades. What an impressive debut. That's 4 points, but dishing the rock really well.
Well, that's great recognition because Norfolk State switched and Emily Skinner picked up a smaller player, and she's 6 feet tall. She's got great size. She just takes full advantage and elevates and knocks down that 15-footer. She has got a poise and a visible poise and savvy about her that you don't see in a lot of freshmen.
Skinner anchoring this top 5 recruiting class for Duke. This is her debut tonight. We've seen that next level of vision. Now free throws here for Norfolk State.
Richardson with her 6th point of the evening. She's playing 36 minutes a game right now for the Spartans. Her leadership so critical, and I just like how she just gives 100% the whole time. The thing about the Spartans is they're down by, what is it, 31, Evan? Do the math for me. And they are still playing as hard as they did in the opening tip. And that says a lot for their coach and for them.
Norfolk State, brutal first month. 4 top 25 opponents here in November. And the Spartans who've won 27 straight at home. They'll welcome Duke to Norfolk next year. It's a fun home-and-home rivalry here in college basketball as that ball's poked loose.
Nice defense by Roberson. Here comes transition, the lob pass picked off, hustled back by the Spartans. Then they turn it back over.
Skinner was in between a shot and a pass, and she immediately looked to her bench and said, hey, this is what happened.
Those are the little things, though, as a freshman she'll iron out, but the more time she gets on the court.
We'll take the timeout. All Duke here in the third. We're back with a lot more after this. First minutes of Duke.
Freshman, she's just got a great poise, as we said, and she has great floor vision, finding her freshman teammate, finishing with the tip-in, crashing the boards, and then getting an assist, finding the hot shooter. You can tell just her high basketball IQ, how she sees the court so well. And then knocking down her own shot here, creating a little space with the pullback dribble. She's got the total package, Evan.
All Duke early in this third quarter. Spoiled a year ago with Toby Fournier, the freshman of the year in the league. Snapping a streak of 3 straight seasons the Wolfpack had the freshman in the ACC. We'll see what Skinner and others can step up throughout this year as Emily goes to work. Foul on the jumper.
Skinner does a great job creating her own shot, getting some space. She's got a nice, strong frame. She's 6 feet tall, great size for a point guard.
had just started practicing with the team last week. And Kara Lawson wanted to dabble with some minutes for her and Arian Roberson.
And they kept them both out the first couple games just to make sure they were healthy and strong, and it's such a good move. You need them for the long season ahead. Skinner 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
Clinton gets inside. Now a 3 for Spencer. There's been some open looks for the Spartans, but hard to connect tonight.
Clinton is so fast. She can just turn a corner. Delaney Thomas. Ball.
That needs to be on social media tonight, hitting her own videographer.
Talk about post players that can run the floor. Then she hustles right back and gets in denial defense. Great transition bucket.
So every player scored now for Duke who's checked in.
Really shows the balance of this Duke team. Balance and depth is a tremendous luxury when you're a coach.
Richardson with a nice blow by.
Here's a great heads-up pass by Skinner to a streaking Delaney Thomas, who lays it in the left and finishes with the fall into the cameraman.
Well, how about the assist
grace
from the social media camera guy? He made sure, hey, I'm going to keep Delaney up. It's good teamwork. Another tip for the Blue Devils.
Wow.
This size of Duke. I know this is a mismatch in terms of program and size, but it's been impressive. There's a turnover for Skinner.
I didn't think the official was going to call it. She obviously walked, tried to pick up her dribble, and took an extra step. 10 blocks for the Blue Devils tonight. And we've still got some time left in the third quarter. Interior defense is going to be tough this season. It's going to be hard to get high percentage shots against Duke.
A foul this time sends Richardson to the line.
Richardson's able to get Riley Nelson on her hip. Richardson's listed at 5'8", and I don't know if I believe that one, but she's quick, nice little shape there with a dribble. And I don't know, but I'm shrinking right now, so I don't know if it matters anymore.
It's all a number. So here's Sunday afternoon's ACC women's doubleheader coming up. It starts at 3 Eastern. Georgia Tech, they'll host Jacksonville down at McCamish Pavilion. And then Florida State welcomes Indiana. It's a really good program over in Tallahassee. Both games available on the new ESPN app. Indiana and Marshall went point for point last night in an nail-biter. Hoosiers pulled it out, though, in the fourth.
I think these early games are so much fun because teams are still putting the pieces together, and you just never know.
Look at all the attention on the 6'4" Roberson.
They made a little ball fake. They are clearly, Norfolk State's clearly keyed on the low post, and those 3 players right there on that pass. Duke staring the pass down a little bit too much.
So
they'll get better at that.
Duke's been on this defensive end. They welcome Sydney Shaw in West Virginia in a couple of days. They're so active offensively. How do you see that matchup kind of unfolding based on what you're looking at tonight?
I just like all the pieces that Duke has. The addition of Roberson and Skinner is just incredible, and that'll be a physical game. West Virginia is always a really, really physical team, so it's going to be a big battle on the boards, but I think Duke's defense can be pretty stifling.
We've seen it tonight. No easy looks for the Spartans. They've just crossed the 20-point mark. Clinton in a reset. Fournier got tipped up. Uh-oh. Clinton's down. And then Donovan will take it. So now with the foul, they'll stop the game and check on Jaysha Clinton.
I don't know if she got a knee in the knee or all of a sudden she just pulled up. And it looks like she's in an awful lot of pain, and that is a shame for Norfolk State.
Athletic trainer coming out. Both teams will head to their benches.
Maybe a cramp? Let's hope it's just a cramp. See, she's going to try to get up. See here, she gets a knee to her upper thigh, and I think she's probably just caused some kind of cramp or a bruise. And so it's just going to walk it off right here.
Those are never fun.
she's so tough. I tend to think she'll be back in the game in a little bit.
Getting helped out by the Norfolk State training staff.
So Clark's going to go to the free throw line here.
Bria Clark, all rookie team 2 years ago. That number 5 starter who watched all 4 of her teammates either graduate or transfer.
Coach Woods talks about getting her more looks. She shot 41% from the three-point line last season. #1 in the MEAC. She's a great shooter, but today she's had a hard time. She's 1 for 11 from the floor, 1 for 6 from the free throw line.
And Clark is really busy. She's in pre-med school right now, taking classes, and her schedule's insane. In the morning, she's doing clinicals for med school and then practicing in the afternoon, taking night classes and labs at night, all while being one of the best players in the MEAC.
It's just, you look at her schedule, and being a pre-med student is tough because you have these time in the clinic, and then you have labs, which are like sometimes 3-4 hours long, a lot of your class at night. So this is the team had to adjust their practice schedule to this 2 to 4 slot to fit it in to accommodate her busy schedule. The life of a women's basketball player who's pre-med is not easy.
What a good impact in the Norfolk community as well, getting college athletes some big-time academic experience. That was Jermaine Wood's huge talking point. Yes, he wants his players to perform well, win championships, but getting jobs, being influential role models, all that stuff that sometimes isn't always harped on. It's important for his program.
He clearly cares about them off the court, and he cares about the women they become when they leave him. So he's working on basketball skills, but he's also working on life skills.
Bria would love to get going, but this Duke defense has been suffocating tonight. Richardson sizes up Jackson. Well, there's a nice crossover, but the bounce is not falling.
When you have the kind of length Duke does, you can play off the ball a little bit because you have that reach that can extend and alter or block shots. Duke has that luxury at almost every position.
Ashley late
Jackson
foul
with the Euro step.
She must have watched her friend Reagan Richardson pull that off. And there's Jermaine's reaction.
A baseline attack here, little Euro step, little foul.
Little hip and a lot of ball. Sierra Bailey with her 4th foul, and Jermaine Woods goes, man, she got the all ball there, but a little bit of hip too.
Yeah, a little body contact.
There's a standard that Norfolk State has set. 18-0 in the MEAC last year, and it doesn't matter what conference you're in. To run the table, regular and postseason, so impressive. It's a brand new team this year, but that is the expectation for Norfolk State.
That was the expectation when Coach Woods was hired, and they've given him a lot of resources he talks very proudly about to continue that success.
And here are the Spartans, their first game in Durham in 22 years. Richardson goes inside. There's a nice finish.
Very nice finish. She's crafty with the ball. She's going to be a great player in the MEAC.
Taina Mair spins. An air ball. But Fournier is there to clean it up, adding to her prolific night.
Does Taina Mair get the assist on that one?
The way she's passing the ball, yes.
We'll count it.
A little more offense from Mair tonight, but her passing is still fun to watch.
Fournier moving into double digits with 10. Nelson with 10. Mair with 11.
Wide on the 3.
The Spartan struggle from long range just continues.
That was Nia Gaston getting her first minutes, the Suffolk product.
2 for 17 on the evening. Keep in mind, most of those are highly contested or late shot clock shots.
Well, it speaks to the pressure that that coach and her team applies all night. Kara Lawson's defense.
I do think Norfolk State's done a good job controlling the tempo of the game, and there's a turnover. Ashlyn Jackson got her shot taken away.
A little behind the back dish. Clark. Oh, just long. Final minute is third quarter. Taina Mair with a crossover. A little dump down. Good effort from Jasmine Spencer that time.
Taina Mair trying to thread the needle there to Jaden Donovan. Blue Devils will retain possession. And remember, Taina Mair, a lot of these inbound plays are run for her to come in and get a shot. Here she comes off the stagger side.
Jackson misses that time. Neither team lighted the nut from three. Duke, though, had those two big threes from Rachel Nelson early this quarter. Riley Nelson, my apologies.
Coach Woods moving the chess pieces around.
Clark lays it off, and a late foul. Both teams in the bonus, so we have free throws here for Norfolk State. Jermaine Woods, who was an All-American at Belmont Abbey, then ended his career at Norfolk State for his senior year, part of a championship team in the MEAC. Good to see Clark get on the board.
No one in the Spartans has reached double digits yet. Richardson leading the way with 9, Clark with 6. 7 made field goals on the evening.
Mair late in the clock. Just a bit short to end this third quarter. All Duke here through 30 minutes. When we come back to Durham, the fourth quarter of action. Blue Devils' final home game of the month here in November.
Freshman for USC.
We'll see what Kara Lawson's accomplished with the USA national team. And the Final Four unique twist, not only on ABC this year, but going to Lucas Oil Stadium. A lot happening for the sport with 3 blue bloods in the SEC rolling, South Carolina, Texas, and LSU. But here in the ACC, Duke, the preseason favorites along with the pack as Fournier goes inside. Look at that wrestle and a jump ball.
Norfolk State continuing to give Toby Fournier just a lot of grief down there. There are 3 players guarded Toby, and she did a great job getting it inside, kicking it back out to the weak side, getting it back, and just couldn't hang on to it.
This is a tournament type preview. You could see a 2-15 type of game. Norfolk State, 3 straight NCAA tournaments. They're hanging in there with some effort defensively. Norfolk State last year was in a single-digit game in the tournament a year ago until the fourth quarter. Richardson here comes up short. Eventually falling to Maryland in that 4-13 matchup. Another tip from Fournier. Ball finds her.
Wow, that was a tough grab by Toby. That wasn't expected. There wasn't a whole lot of spacing right there. Nelson kind of passed it to her head, but Toby grabbed it, just wasn't able to convert.
You can see the athleticism why Toby's first team All-ACC coming into the year.
I just love how well the Duke post players, each one of them runs the floor so incredibly well. But Norfolk State, again, has done a good job controlling the tempo of this game and not letting Duke get out in transition a lot tonight.
Clark forces one up. Jordan Wood and this Duke defense everywhere.
So hard to get a good look. A little frustration foul right there.
DeBrea Clark with her 3rd.
Great read by Delaney Thomas. She goes and sets the up screen, and often she can come off the screen screen the screener, but instead she turns back and flashes to the ball. And you watch, she'll set this up screen and she'll turn back and flash to the ball. It's a great read on defense with the left-hand finish. She's excited about it. She's got a great smile.
Every Blue Devil has scored now with Thomas on the board. And her rebounding has always been a big factor for Duke.
She's just so efficient. 7 rebounds, 2 for 2 from the floor, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. She makes the most of her minutes.
Outside of those turnovers, Duke checking a lot of boxes here in the opening gauntlet of a huge road stretch. There's a layup for Spencer this time.
Nice take. She just gets a little space on Ashlyn Jackson. Finish it up high off the glass. Jordan Wood looking for three from the corner. A little bit strong.
Little tip drill for the rebound. Back and forth pace here in this fourth quarter.
Spartans slow it down.
Richardson, who's lived on this island all night, draws another foul. It's the 5th foul she's drawn.
Just her quickness. I mean, Coach was talking about how quick she was. She's super quick. He said she might be one of the quickest players with the ball in her hands he's ever coached.
And he had a tremendous standout in Diamond Johnson a year ago at NC State, and then transferred over to Norfolk. The ball movement to Jordan Wood. Deep three. And a foul on the rebound. Clark with some physicality, and now both players getting into it.
A little chatter going on down there, and then Toby Fournier is not one to back away. Teammates quickly come in and break it up. Delaney Thomas comes right in and calms her down. I love Delaney Thomas's leadership. It's a little physical.
That's the 5th foul on Clark, so she just fouled out.
That's a big loss for Norfolk State.
The technical becomes the 5th foul, so she picks up 2 there.
Nix comes in.
Now we're back to basketball. And then Norfolk State being feisty on this defensive end. I love seeing that out of a long timeout. Both teams getting physical. Hey, Norfolk State's not going to back down.
They're tough. They're used to competing. They're used to winning. And they're out of this game, but they're not going to stop fighting hard.
Averaging 25 wins a year the last 3 seasons. So much history up in Virginia. And then Richardson gets tipped by Fournier.
You know why guards, shorter guards, try to shoot over Toby Fournier? It just doesn't make sense.
The stats say 4 blocks, but it feels like 15. With the amount of shots she affects on that end. Kick out. Well, that shot falls. Good movement to Thomas.
Nice execution. Delaney Thomas has that little hitch in her shot, but goes down.
Yeah, it's deceiving the first time you see it, but the way she's shooting it, let her fly. 3 for 3.
She's just so efficient. Show on that high screen.
Good effort to save it, but Duke gets the ball back with numbers. Blue Devils have lived in transition tonight. Jordan Wood adds to it with another 3.
Great job by Delaney to deliver that pass right into the hands of Jordan Wood. She had her feet set, spotted up, ready to shoot, picking up where she left off last game from behind the arc.
Good fight in the post, wanting Lear Nix.
It's so hard to get that ball inside with the length of Duke, the vision they're able to take away.
As Jaden Donovan re-enters for the Blue Devils, along with Taina Mair. If that is the last we saw of Toby, some effective minutes for the sophomore.
10 points, 5 rebounds. Not a bad night.
Hard to replicate her performance Sunday against Holy Cross with 27.
That was a quiet 27 too. All of a sudden you looked up and you're like, wow, she has 27 points. Good job. Delaney Thomas does such a good job defending ball screens.
Richardson attacks.
Great help.
Holding Anjanae Richardson to 3 of 19 shooting. She was the reigning MEAC Player of the Week, and there's nothing easy tonight.
This is great preparation, though, for when these young ladies get back into MEAC play. They're not going to see players of this caliber, but they are keeping their heads high, and they continue to fight with a little under 6 minutes here. Jaden Donovan to the free throw line. She's been kind of quiet today. 2 points, 3 rebounds. Blue Devils right now shooting 65% from the free throw line. That's something I'm sure the coaching staff want to see improve a little bit.
The all-defensive standout from a year ago in the ACC adds to a point totals. And now the largest lead for Duke of the night.
They got an illegal screen over there. Worley's trying to set the top of that stagger, and she moves. She gets called for the illegal screen.
You know what that means, Debbie? Duke hits 6-7.
There you go.
Everyone's all about it these days on TikTok. If you value your sleep at night, avoid TikTok. Taina Mair putting on her own moves.
Great one more pass by Nelson.
And
Well
then here
done.
comes
She gets the
another Blue
reward.
Devil. Nelson gets inside. Second chance effort.
Nice hustle to create that opportunity.
That was nice work on the glass for Duke, who's done a great job on the offensive boards.
Riley Nelson with 10 points. 4 Duke players in double figures, just like the other night. And we talk about the balance. Jaden Donovan with the steal. There's the foul. Things are starting to get a little sloppy out there.
We'll take the final timeout. Largest lead for Duke of the night. And some scrappy plays in this fourth quarter. We'll wrap things up from Durham when we come back here on ACC Network Extra. Surfing and swagging our way through this fourth quarter. He's having some fun.
He's doing a little bit better with his balance. He needs practice too to get the season started. That might be his best performance so far as we take a look at the ACC preseason poll.
Duke navigates a loaded conference. Notre Dame reloading with Hannah Hidalgo and crew, but look at that top 5. Those are all teams that can make second weekend runs in the tournament.
Without a doubt, NC State playing a pretty tough preseason schedule. They're looking good.
And I wouldn't sleep on Kimora Johnson in Virginia. She's an elite playmaker at that point guard spot.
All right, I think Stanford's going to make a little bit of a move this year. The coaching transition last year from Tara Vanderveer to Kate Pay. Kate Pay is a great coach. It'll be interesting to see what the Cardinal do.
In our auto draft, Debbie was really high on the Cardinal. For our sleeper picks.
We talked about the Spartans only turning the ball over 7 times in the first half, and they've had 5 turnovers in the last 4 minutes. You can see that just the fatigue is settling in.
Another block. It's all over the place. Duke swatting everything. Taina Mair in transition lets it fly.
Taina Mair feeling it today. Spotting up behind the 3, pulling the trigger.
And how many times have we seen Duke create these turnovers and find the perfect pass for an open 3?
They turn a turnover into points on the other end. Dangerous for the opposing team.
You combine a top 10 scoring defense with good transition. That's so tough for an opponent. And the reigning MEAC champs. It's been a tough go of it tonight. The bank is strong. Here comes Worley in there to fight for the board. And now a technical foul on Richardson.
And sometimes fatigue leads its way to frustration, and you're starting to see that in the Norfolk State players here. It's just unnecessary. This is good hustle by both teams, and it's obviously a jump ball. And then a little extra something there, and then throwing the ball at Jordan Wood. I mean, that's just an immaturity you have to get rid of. There's no room for that in the game.
Yeah, frustration foul from Richardson.
And Richardson's a junior. She should know better. And coach is like, what's that? I mean, come on now. These are just things you can't afford when you are the kind of championship caliber team that Norfolk State is. But they've been playing hard all night, and the score is certainly very lopsided, and things can get frustrating out there, and that's going to send Taina Mair to the free throw line for the technical.
The culmination of 35 minutes of nothing coming easy for the Spartans.
Duke's been on a 12-0 run, making a 13-0 over the last 3 minutes. credit the Spartans. They keep attacking the rim, but they just can't compete against the height and length of Duke.
Mair putting on her best offensive game of this young season.
Yeah, Norfolk State hasn't scored for 4 minutes and 40 seconds here. Only 2 points in this quarter for the Spartans.
And some new faces coming in for the Blue Devils. The freshman out of Norway, Anna Wikström, gets her first minutes. Played 8 minutes in the last game, getting some debut time tonight with Duke and West Virginia tipping off a big matchup on Friday.
Anna with some great international experience. Very good shooter, solid fundamentally.
And you saw T. Mair there signal, hey, bring in the bench, bring in the bench. She was asking Kara for more players.
So unselfish.
And says, here's how you do it. Off on the triple, a rebound for Worley. It's a mix of 2 new freshmen getting their first minutes tonight and a savvy unit for Kara Lawson's team. They're clicking.
Got some great experience on the Duke roster now. T. Mair is a senior, Jaden Donovan, a junior, Jordan Wood, a junior, Delaney Thomas, a junior. Beautiful pass by Mair. And the finish!
There's Wikström getting on the board, and she's flexing on him here in Durham.
And look how excited her teammates are for her. And that just shows you a little bit about the culture here at Duke. And you totally win as a team. And Wikström getting in the game. That little shot fake here draws the defense and finishes through the contact. Great job.
Anna Wikström drawing some emotion from that Duke bench. Unable to hit to complete the play.
See if the Spartans can finish strong here with some good execution. Knock down a couple shots. Delaney Thomas on that high ball screen.
Nice drive from Anjanae Richardson. He has 11. It's been a harder-earned 11, but he's getting after it.
Found her way to the basket somehow there, that quickness.
She wiggles and navigates.
It's tough to keep in front of you.
I'd love to have her as a Black Friday shopper. She'd find a way to get those deals, sneak through traffic.
T. Mair trying to force that ball into the high post there. Picked off. Good defense.
Back to Bailey. Here comes Wikström again. Little step through.
4 points for the freshman.
Everyone check it in, getting the job done for Kara Lawson's unit.
Everyone that played scored tonight for Duke. Some great minutes for some of the young players in this game. That experience will bode well as they take the road and head to West Virginia. Going to play at the Greenbrier.
Beautiful resort, especially with the foliage kicking in right now.
Look at you with the foliage.
I am a big fall
You're
foliage
a sensitive
fan.
Guy, huh?
I've been planting flowers all fall, raising a baby girl at home. There's a lot going on, but we're having fun. Even the bench saying, look at that step through. And adding to the bench, Haley Johnson gets minutes out of Coto de Casa, California.
Transfer from Pepperdine.
Wow, from Pacific Coast Highway all the way to
Long way from
Tobacco
home.
Road. That is one long trip across I-40. I've done it once. I wouldn't do it again. Good bank shot through Sierra Bailey.
And it's just an unnecessary push by Bailey in the back. Delaney Thomas, little bump. After that nice shot that Bailey made, giving the Spartans 32.
Bailey has just fouled out with her 5th. So Carmen Quitty comes back in, the Virginia State transfer.
Norfolk State still kind of working on putting their post game together. Some good minutes by Bailey. It's Delaney Thomas with that tiptoe free throw.
Here's what's coming up for Duke, including a matchup against Kara Wheeler, who was the standout at Norfolk State. She's now the starting center for West Virginia. And look at that slate there. You're going to learn a lot about Duke in the next 2 weeks.
I mean, South Florida, going to West Virginia is not going to be easy. Then to South Florida, down to Tampa, just always a tough team, top of the American. And then you look, South Carolina, number 2, Texas, number 4, UCLA, number 3, and LSU will come here on December 4th to Cameron. They're number 5. It just is not going to get any easier for the Blue Devils.
South Florida without Jose Fernandez. He's now with the Dallas Wings, but that club is always loaded. Missed layup on this end. Good second effort. It just hasn't fallen tonight for Norfolk State. As Duke gears up for its toughest test of the season. Here's Johnson, opening shot. Air ball. That bench was ready to explode for the Blue Devils.
Little block, I think, on that shot. They got her the ball, though. Teammates found her.
Another steal.
Taina Mair said, you're going to stand there and dribble. I'm going to take it.
So Duke ends this game on a 22-4 run. That defense prolific tonight.
And Taina Mair, who had 7 the other night, tonight found her scoring touch. She's going to finish with a game-high 18 on 7 of 12 shooting.
Add another block to this defensive effort. Duke will wisely slow it down. A wire-to-wire stout defensive performance for Kara Lawson as they hit the road for the next 2 weeks. Wrapping up a 50-point win here over a scrappy Norfolk State squad.
And a great defensive